This is the Mariner 500. It's a folding electric bike from ProdecoTech, and I've reviewed one other bike in their line that folds. It was the Mariner 7. It had like a 350 watt front hub motor, right? And this one, you can see it's got a rear hub motor. It's a geared 500 watt motor, much more powerful. And really, you know, having the power right there where your energy is going, if you're pedaling, you know, it doesn't slide out as much. Usually on the rear, it's a little bit more reinforced, so it can take impact better and the strains of the motor. And in this case, we've got like a little suspension fork up front. So you can imagine, again, the weight and the forces that would weaken or maybe just create some question as to the mechanical stability. So it's great to see that they've kind of upgraded it. This thing is tons of fun to ride, really responsive, and it doesn't just have suspension up front with that Suntour swing shock. It's also got this Zoom seat post shock, right? So it's a pretty comfortable ride. Even the saddle has like these rubber bumpers. And I appreciate that because this only has 20-inch wheels, as you can see. That makes it a little bit more compact as a folding bike, but a little bit bumpier, right? And also traction, you can lose traction. So having the weight in the rear, even though it's all in the rear here with the big battery hanging off the back and the big motor, at least it's giving you some more traction so you aren't spinning out and stuff. The tires, Continental Contact, sort of these hybrid tires for getting around the city. That's really what this thing is about. You know, you could put it in your RV or your boat or something like that and enjoy the fact that not only is it going to pedal around as a traditional bike, but then, you know, get you a little further. One of the neat things about the battery on this is that it's removable. So of course you can charge that inside if you want to. That's actually going to help prolong its life if you keep it from getting too hot or too cold and then keeping it topped off. So this is a lithium ion battery, 48 volts, so that's above average. It's a little bit punchier, a little bit more torque as a result. It's about 9 amp hours, and they do have a 12 amp hour upgrade, so you can go even further, which is cool. I like that they also have just some built-in like basic LED lights for safety in the rear. Again, the motor, it's a 500 watt geared rear hub motor, so fairly torquey, but a little bit lighter and more compact than some of their gearless motors. So that's all good, but again, as I mentioned, a lot of the weight is here in the rear, and it's sort of hanging off the back like that, you know, and it's, if you were going off-road and bouncing around, that wouldn't be, you know, it's, I guess, I haven't broken one of these, but it's just something to kind of keep in mind. It's got these little struts and stuff, and frankly, the story behind this bike is it's more affordable. It's like $1,900. You can order it from ProdecoTech or get it in a local shop. One of the benefits of having a rear battery like this is that you free up sort of this down tube or top tube to have a water bottle mount. Your bottle's going to be like sideways and possibly spilling out, which isn't great. It'd be nice if they built one that actually had a rack on the back, because you've got a rack. You can't really put anything on this. It would like slide off, and you could bungee it, I suppose, but it's, you know, you're adding more weight and it's already, you know, a little bit precarious. I don't know. It's a trade-off, right? You make trade-offs for sure. So basic kickstand, you got the plastic folding pedals. These get a little slippery. Actually, oh, this one feels aluminum. No, it's like, it's kind of a combination. They work decently. They kind of do their own thing. One of the really cool like accessories here is these Avid hydraulic disc brakes, front and rear. Great stopping power, really smooth, 180 millimeter discs on the front and the rear. That's like overkill for a tiny little electric bike like this. That's, you know, it's folding, it's meant to be compact. This isn't like, I mean, it is a performance bike compared to the older Mariner 7, but still, you know, that's, I think you're getting more than, you're getting a bargain there. 9-speed SRAM grip shifter right here, and these nice like lock-on grips, just, you know, they sort of match, but they give you a little bit more of a solid feel. So as you're shifting the throttle or the grip shifter, the grip itself is not going to spin. That's kind of nice. Here's the SRAM X9 component group in the rear. There's those 9 sprockets that we were talking about. Pretty standard stuff. Aluminum bash guard on the front, so when you're folding this, or maybe you do go a little off-road, if something hits it, you're not going to chip the teeth on the front chainring. Pretty cool that way. And then, you know, quick release front wheel, quick release seat post adjustment. That's all the things you want, you know, when you've got a folding bike. A little bell. You know, as you can see here, it's a little bit narrower, like the handlebar, right? And those tinier wheels, like it can feel a little bit squirrelier when you're riding like that. And because all the weight's in the rear, if you actually do turn, it's almost like crack the whip. There's a little bit of that feeling going on. You know, just to be honest with you, like ride quality wise, it's not quite as good as if the battery were somewhere else and maybe a little lighter. I think this is about 50 pounds. There are definitely lighter electric bikes, but this is one of the more powerful ones I've seen that's folding and small. So to activate it, you've got to stick the key in, turn it. You do have to leave the key in, which isn't ideal, you know, like it doesn't look so bad right now because you just got bike keys, but if this is your whole keychain, swinging around, you know, nicking stuff, not my favorite. It'd be nice if you could pull it out. And then up here, you got the little display panel. It's like a voltmeter that shows you battery capacity. It's kind of basic, you know, when you twist and go. Like, you know, if I twist this right now, like, look at that, super powerful, it works, but it's also, you know, lacking pedal assist, which would maybe give you a little bit more range and make it more natural to pedal. And do be careful, all the weight's back here. So if you gun it like that, you could flip it over. I've done that before and, like, you know, hit the back of the battery pack. Just worth keeping in mind, you know, you can really have this work well for you, but knowing how to work with it is key. I wanted to do a quick folding demo on this so you get an idea of how it works. So I've got my friend Joe here, and he's from Ashland Electric Bikes in Ashland, Oregon. He's friendly enough to help do the demo. Do you want to try to fold it real quick?
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm going to turn it off too so we don't have any accidents.
So if you want to come over here,
there we go.
Just flip that up.
Yeah.
Pull that back.
Pop it out.
And you should be able to pivot. The wheel comes over.
Sweet. Here, we kick the kickstand up.
Kickstand up, and I believe
have like a locking mechanism or anything?
Yeah, I'm not sure if on this one they have that installed yet, but on other bikes there's a little magnet that would attach, and so it would just be a nice secure.
It helps. Or some people have straps or rubber bands. And then there's this one. You kind of slide it up and pop this. There we go. And then the handlebars. Oh, I see. So the handlebars would usually fold first.
Right.
That way. And then that tucks in. I see. And then we've also got the folding pedals. So, you know, once you get it down, look at that. It's not too big. What does it feel like? 50 pounds to you?
Yeah.
You know, so a little heavier, but again, with the removable battery pack, it doesn't have to be that heavy.
No. So if you're looking for an electric folder, this is definitely one of your options.
It's a good option, more affordable. Let's fold it back up and then take it for a little test ride. Thanks for your help, Joe.
No problem.
You want to hop on it real quick and, like, don't go too far, but just to give people an idea.
Sure.
I think this has to, there we go. Yeah, just go maybe up that way and turn around real quick so you can see what you'd look like. Oh, it's not, I turned the key off. Here we go. See, so there's the thing. We turn the key, boom.
Thank you.
There we go. Yeah, you can hear it. I mean, it takes off. It's pretty super fast. Woo! Test out those brakes. Nice. Sweet,
yeah.
Sweet. Brakes nice and smooth.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm gonna hop on and try to show the motor to share how that sounds with people. Thanks, dude.
No problem.
Here's the twist throttle. Whoosh. Got the little seat post suspension working. This is gunning it. A little bit of speed wobble happening up front. You see that? You see that? The throttle was like, yeah. Okay, so that's, you know, the smaller wheel kind of thing going on. Worth keeping in mind if you get a bike like this. Just remember, you know, it does feel a little bit different than a full-size like bicycle, and it's a little bit sloppier. It's not as stiff because of those folding points, but it's not too bad. There we go. Well, that's the ProdecoTech Mariner 500. For the full written review, pictures and specs and stuff, I'll see you back at ElectricBikeReview.com.